Your ex doesn't want to do things for you because of you. She wants to do things for herself. She was in a relationship with you because you made her feel good at points. She didn't see you one day standing there. She didn't think with herself, let me go and have a relationship with this guy to make him happy. She saw you and she thought you might be the person who can make her life better. So she approached, or you approach, and you guys managed to build something together. I become strong and you become strong, then we come together. I say it one more time. She doesn't do things for you, she does things for herself. The same way she walked away, she doesn't come back because you are manipulative, or you try to remind her of the memories, or you ask for pity love. She comes back if she sees the quality of her life get better by being around you. Here are 7 rules for getting your ex back. Number 1, your ex needs a new guy. So if you want to get her back, you gotta understand the guy that she left behind is not the guy that she wants to get back. Now it's either gonna be you, or it's going to be a new guy, somebody else. So if you want to get her back, you need to change. And most guys are frightened by this. Most guys think, well, I don't want to change because change is hard. So they try to do the same thing to get her back. Change means you change, first of all, the way you think about a situation, the way you do things, and the way you look, everything basically. All of your dimensions, mental, physical, and emotional. And here is probably a breakup is one of those things that forces you to change. Now think about your breakup. Think about when you lost power and control in that relationship. What did you do? Did you do anything feminine? Did you start to react to her emotionally? Did you stop taking care of yourself? Did you stop going to the gym? Did you start drinking? Did you start doing bad things? What happened that she left you? You got to see what that reason is and start to work on it and change it really, really fast. Now, you might already be back together, or maybe you're in the process. Maybe you're trying to come up with the right message. Maybe you're looking for help to get back together. But everything starts there by understanding that the guy who lost the girl is not the guy who gets the girl back. And it's always something emotional, really. It's always something emotional, because if it's a drinking problem, it's because the dude struggles emotionally, he goes and drink. And if it's cheating, again, it's because of emotional weakness. If it's lying, it's again because of emotional weakness. It's always some sort of emotional weakness, neediness, the big one, or the guy loses motivation, or you can just look at your situation and you can always find a connection between the change and emotional weakness. The second thing, you need to understand the dynamic between you and her, and don't do any low value behavior. Every interaction, every relationship has a frame. For example, father-daughter frame, mother-son frame, friend-to-friend frame, or teacher-student frame, you and your ex's frame. What is the dynamic between the two of you? Are you the one who's trying to make it work more than she does, or is she the one who's trying to run away? These dynamics determine what happens. The more you understand dynamics, determine what happened between you and her. And all the way through the relationship, you got to be very aware of these dynamics. Let's say you kind of are getting back together, but she's still not sure, but you're trying. If you do any low value behavior that turns the dynamic in her favor, that's going to push her away. Again, relationships fall apart because the dynamic goes fully in her favor. I always recommend to keep the relationship with a woman that you want to be romantic. Keep the dynamic in a way that you are the mature one, you're the adults, and she is the person who reacts to you. You're the one who's solid, you're the one who's grounded, and she's the one who always comes to you for peace, and she brings the chaos, but you don't react. So you gotta understand, one more time, understand the dynamic between you and her, and don't do any low value behavior. That's why texting her too much, that's why being needy, it doesn't work. Which brings me to the next one, which is you gotta always monitor your emotions, because the quality of your results depend on the quality of your emotions. And dude, it's so easy to bring negative emotions to the relationship, because for most people, if you're a normal person, life is not that easy. You have to do things every day. You have to wake up, you have to go to work, you have to make money, you have to take care of yourself, you have to watch your diet, you have to stay away from bad things, you have to go to the gym, you have to do a lot of things. And relationships usually become like the place that most people dump their tiredness. And also another thing, because most people stay together, you know, you wake up, she's there, and she wakes up, you're there. You go to work, she's there. She goes to work, and then again you see each other after the work. Come back home, see each other, then text each other, and the fun part of the relationship ends, and you become the next person in the line. Sometimes I go to these cafes and I see, when I take my laptop and then go write the content for these videos, I work, and I see couples, and I notice how tired they are from seeing each other. I guess they're really tired of, they have nothing to talk about anymore. Sometimes there's a kid, they don't even look at each other. She's on her phone, he's on her phone, and the connection is completely gone. And when she gets frustrated, guess who's the next person in line? She can attack him. Same with him. So you gotta monitor what kind of emotions you bring to the interaction. Even if right now you want to get back together, you gotta see what kind of emotions you bring to those text messages that you sent her. These are really, really subtle. That's why if you're in my program and you want to text her, we have to do it together. So you send me the text message, you send me the screenshot, I edit it for you, then I send it to you so you can send it, to make sure we filter any negative emotions. Man, it's all emotions. Really, it's all emotions. The breakup, the relationship is just like a tool to remind you, to get people to understand their emotions and have awareness of the emotions of their partner as well. But most people get lost and it gets foggy, and a lot of other drama happens that stops them from understanding these emotions, and then other things happen. Then there's kids involved, then there's problems with money involved, and things become more difficult, and they drop the ball. And instead of understanding, instead of getting better and understanding themselves and emotions, they lose their relationships. The next thing is, number 4, you gotta fix the reason she left you. If you want to get your ex back, you have to fix the reason she left you. That's why I'm not a big fan of no contact, because a lot of people recommend doing no contact, but there's no point doing no contact if the problem is there. She left you because of problems, because of how you acted, because of the emotions you brought to the relationship. Maybe you've heard me in other videos as well, that I talk about these examples. Like, you guys come to me and said, Ben, I did 3 months of no contact and I messaged her and she didn't miss me. How is it even possible? But she didn't miss you because she didn't need a no contact. She needed you to understand what the problem was. She needed you to grow emotionally and understand the dynamic between the two in you, between you and her, and change. That's what she needs. You can do this fast, or you, like most people, never do it and end up in another relationship and another divorce until your life gets to a point that it's like a series of failed relationship. One of these quotes, one of the guys sent me a quote, and it said, first half of my life I fuck things up, and second half I spent dealing with my fuck ups for the first half. It's real. For most people, it's real. I know it's not a happy quote, but it's real. It's fun. We meet somebody and she also sees me, and okay, great, that's cool. Then we have sex and everything is awesome. She feels my gaps, I feel her gap. Then after a few months or after a few years, suddenly you open your eyes and you see you're in a relationship with somebody else, and you lost yourself, she lost herself, and there's all these combat emotions, and now you can't break up because things are difficult. When you understand yourself, everything else will fix itself. Why did she leave? What was the problem? You fix it now, and it's brutal. If you don't fix it now, she either doesn't come back or your next relationship will turn to another breakup. So fix it now. Understand attraction. Dudes, it is open waters. It's all about attraction. From the second you see her all the way to the graveyard, you gotta do things that are in alignment with attractive behavior. You can't do things that kill the attraction. It doesn't matter how many years you know each other. It doesn't matter how many kids you have together. It doesn't matter if you want to get her back, or it doesn't matter if she's sitting next to you right now. You gotta do things that are attractive. So doing unattractive things is, for example, getting drunk, or being needy, or doing things that trigger negative emotions in her, or complaining to her, saying bad things about your life, saying bad things about her life. complaining about how things are going and how you cannot take it anymore. Those things are not attractive. If you don't understand attraction, if you don't continue to trigger attraction in her, then she keeps getting further and further. Number 6, remember, she won't give it to you because of your reasons. A huge percentage of guys make this mistake and they try to tell her how hard they're getting it. I'm suffering so much. It's really hard for me. Or they try to manipulate her. They say, hey, do you remember how everything was so good between us? You know, do you remember how we used to tell each other, I love you, and now, you know, I can't believe that you're gone. She won't come back because of your reasons. She will come back because of her reasons. So she needs to be convinced that this is actually good for her. And she won't believe you if you don't change. Probably the most effective part of my program is that most guys who listen to what I say and do what I show them to do, they actually change. And when they change, when their ex notices that the guy has changed, and then things turn around. You need to change for you. When you change for yourself, then things will change with her as well, because she is not doing these things for you. If she wanted to do things for you, she would be sitting next to you right now. She is doing what is good for her, and you need to do what is good for you. If you want to continue to have this addiction to her, and if you want to do things to support the addiction, it's not going to happen. You have to do something for yourself to stop the addiction before anything else, to stop the codependency, stop this needy behavior, because you want to be happy and fulfilled on your own. When you get to that point, then things will change. And I sometimes see some guys spend months. Every day they message me, or every 2-3 days they message me, Ben, what do you think she's gonna think when she sees this happen? Ben, what do you think? Everything is around her. She watched my story. What does it mean? She saw my post and liked it. What does it mean? Until you think about it that way, things are not gonna change. You should be self-centered when it comes to this, because your ex doesn't want to do things for you because of you. She wants to do things for herself. She was in a relationship with you because you made her feel good at points. She didn't see you one day standing there. She didn't think with herself, let me go and have a relationship with this guy to make him happy. She saw you and she thought you might be the person who can make her life better. So you approach, and you guys manage to build something together. I become strong and you become strong, then we come together. I say it one more time. She doesn't do things for you. She does things for herself. The same way she walked away, she doesn't come back because you are manipulative, or you try to remind her of the memories, or you ask for pity love. She comes back if she sees the quality of her life get better by being around you. Maybe rewind and watch this part a few times. It's very important. And finally, number 7, remember, this might take some time. Sometimes guys sign up for the program and 3-4 days in, it's good that it's getting less and less of that. But sometimes they come and they start the program, they watch a few days, then they say, oh Ben, what is going on? Can we, what's next? Why isn't she back yet? Most people who get back together, this takes some time, maybe 3 months. I have clients that it takes 4 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes 11 months. Yes, sometimes it happens shorter as well. In as little as 30 days it happens. But usually it takes a long time. Depending on how much damage has been done to the relationship, this could take longer. So you gotta be patient. You gotta do the right thing. You gotta start self-development, working on yourself, and do the process to get her back. If you don't know what to do, I help you with all of that stuff. First thing, read my book. The link is in the description. And remember one more thing. When you guys get back together, you don't stop this. You don't stop this process. And those guys who get back together, I tell them to continue, go back to the program, start watching from week 1. Start watching from week 1, go through it, stay in touch with me, continue to watch other videos as well, because this is not really about the destination. Okay, I got her back, now it's finished. This is about you and continuing to develop. Now, those are the 7 rules. Watch this video a few times. These are really, really important. If you want to get her back, if you need direction, if you don't know what to do, check the link in the description. get my book, read my book, also check my program, and I'm here to help you. If you find this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. This is Ben. See you in the next video.